I'm not sure. Oh my gosh. And then okay, so before we get into the
Yeah.
Raw review, I wanted to play you some stuff from a podcast called the Dirty Sheets Podcast. It's hosted by a gentleman named Cav and a gentleman named Billi Bhatti. Billi Bhatti, he catches a lot of heat. He catches a lot of flack online for like maybe his political takes or whatever. You and I don't really get into that shit. We both think it's cringe. We just get into like the wrestling and his wrestling fucking knowledge and news and the things. I mean, he has good insight, man. He's gotten 2 WrestleManias right, like back to back, to where I don't know, but he's been in like a massive heat with Conan. He was on the K100 show. He had some tiffy with them. SRS accused us of being boys. I've
Right.
never met Billi Bhatti. We live on different parts of planet Earth.
I know.
Although I'm
I mean,
not saying I don't even know him at all. I don't know Sean. I know him as I probably know Sean better than I know Billy because Sean's been in my DMs way more. But nonetheless, I digress. Um,
oh,
all of that nonsense aside, yeah, this isn't about our relationship. What this is about is at Lock Betting Com, the news that this motherfucker is able to break, and the few interactions I've had with him have been pleasant. And yeah, I mean, I see he tweets salacious shit, but I mean, fuck, man, he gets the attention, he gets the clicks, he gets the algorithm
oh,
going. I'm not saying I agree with everything he says, but that has nothing to do with wrestling, and that's where I'm
yeah.
interested in Billy Body. So sorry, what were you gonna say, Hairline?
Let me just say something quick here. And
Yeah,
I know this is
you go ahead.
this is all off pod shit, but just here's a quick example here. Your beliefs in like politics and shit are the complete opposite beliefs of mine. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? And we still function and do this. So it's all like, I don't know, man. If we can separate that from like the entertainment,
right.
other people. But I guess I can't hold others to my standard.
Exactly,
Simple.
bro. Exactly. We can't hold others to our standards. So I don't know. We would have Billy on the show. We would have Sean on the show. We would have anyone on the fucking show. They're probably
I would
laughing. If they heard this, they'd probably laugh. Why the fuck would I do your show? But
I would have anyone on the show besides the elite.
see, that's where you'd have to sit one out, dog. I'd have to
I
take
can't
that
guess I
one, and
can't
I
that episode
because
because
I
I'm
would
not.
have the
Yeah, my rule.
no
Or we
elite.
put
You'd skip our
stuff
own
here.
show. Hey, his no elite rule doesn't just apply to Dynamite, folks. Okay, it applies to our show as well. But nonetheless, so the reason I bring Billy Body up and all that is because again, I refreshed Twitter and we have Billy Body just saying something that's going to pop Hairline here. So I just wanted to read it to you. So at Just
Awesome.
Alex Central says Conan said the following about the Elite and CM Punk possibly doing a program on his Keeping It 100 podcast. Conan says, I would sit everybody down and tell them to make it work. In WCW, they were way bigger names. You could always work shit out one way or another. Blah, 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 blah. Billy Body's reply is Billy Body's reply at Lock Betting Com is, yet privately he buries the Elite for being video gamers and for playing video games and watching basketball at tapings instead of acting like EVPs. This guy is one of the phonies in the wrestling business. He'll have whatever opinion that can protect his income. Okay, so Billy Body was saying that apparently WWE was going to contact or is trying to get Conan to do an angle where Dominic Mysterio attacks him. What do you make of that? But Conan needs to get cleared medically. So that's what, and Billy worked with these guys. That his comment on the Elite probably got a pop out of you, but I wanted to bring this up to you. Dominic, which we'll get into, is like the hottest heel in wrestling. What do you think of like Conan coming in and doing an angle? I think I predicted that a little bit ago, and I think you were like, I don't think that would happen, but I might have been onto something there.
I guess I will start with that. If I was a manager at Target, I would probably also be watching uh, the basketball games instead of managing the Target. But anyways, man, um, I I think that would be some awesome heat. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Conan came out there doing all the Eddie stick. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Right.
or some kind of like, dude, him putting LWO over or something like that, and then like Dominic comes and yeah, man,
Right.
I'm
And now
sold.
do you think that the Chavo talking shit on Twitter, do you think that might have been in part of it now too? Because I remember you said, no, I don't think it is. And I was like, I think it could be. What do you think?
Is he gonna get medically cleared, bro? You know what I'm
Okay. Conan's on like kidney dialysis. Chavo talking shit on Twitter.
No, but I'm saying though, isn't Conan like pretty rough?
I mean, fuck, man, he did some physical shit. I want to say not long ago on AEW, but I mean, that's not. I don't know if that's the best metric of, they let Matt Hardy fall off a fucking crane and crack his skull and continue fucking wrestling. So I'm not sure if maybe that's the best metric, but nonetheless, I wanted to talk to you about what Billi Bhatti said on the Dirty Sheets podcast about Roman Reigns. And I brought up to you the other day, I said, yo, apparently there's actual heat a little bit on Roman Reigns because Billy explains it better than I can.
Yeah, play with the clip first.
Let me play you the clip. So this is Billi Bhatti. Now, this motherfucker was right about Roman winning at WrestleMania. He was right about last year's WrestleMania. He said like weeks out, he's like, Vince is going to pin Pat McAfee or whatever the fuck happened. He was right, dude. And I went, holy shit. So that's what turned me on to this guy. All of the other shit is beef with people, all that. I don't care. I just like his shit on wrestling. So, anyways, that aside, let's listen to him divulge the information that he reported this weeks ago that Roman wouldn't be at either of the drafts. Roman would be the first draft pick. He said all this shit. So here's a clip. I got him talking, and I just want your thoughts on this. And yeah.
Reigns, but that was only because there was a bullshit story out earlier in the week that Roman Reigns was going to Raw. People really need to stop giving weight to these people. They are not credible whatsoever. Roman Reigns, as outlined by my report, was never, ever going to Monday Night Raw. Fox wouldn't have allowed that. I don't think they are going to allow that for Ronda Rousey either. I can now read exactly what I wrote over on my Patreon page if you want to sign up. It's thedirtysheets.com. You will get stories exactly like this before everybody else, and you won't be a fucking idiot sick.
Plug, yeah.
Reigns to be drafted to Raw. The story says this is a huge story, and the future ramifications are unknown at this point. However, there is significant heat on Roman Reigns and on Vince McMahon right now, the biggest advocate for Roman Reigns to remain as champion.
Yeah.
As previously reported, Roman Reigns was set to drop his title to The Rock, who would have subsequently been cashed in on by the Money in the Bank holder. The Money in the Bank holder was supposed to be Cody Rhodes from the Money in the Bank that was supposed to be held in Las Vegas at the stadium, not at the arena.
Woo!
Woo! This would have given Roman his promised 4-month break from WWE television. When The Rock was...
I need to pause it right there. So when Billy talks about this 4-month break, he brings it up a lot. And for people who are following this and don't have context of that, this motherfucker called this, he said it a year or so ago. Roman's supposed to have a 4-month break. It was promised to him, but he said, no, fuck it. Let's go get this money. Let's secure the deal. Let's.
Yeah, kind of like minus the not the contract.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So Roman, now after Mania, he's like, was promised this 4 months. And so he changed what Billy says. I think he gets into detail here, but he says, we saw Roman on the Raw after Mania because he was like, I'll just change my flight. I'll come in this one extra day, and then I'm going on vacation. We haven't seen him since. He's not on Backlash, and he won't be on a lot of other fucking shows, apparently. And they created this new title, and apparently there's heat on Vince, and there's heat on Roman. I don't know, but we're going to keep listening through this here.
Swapped out for Cody because Rock didn't want to do the show because Vince McMahon has just been a shit cloud of controversy going into WrestleMania. So The Rock decided in January he wasn't going to do it. Added that bit too. Many believe, including Triple H, that the plan would remain in place for Roman to drop his belts and to take his extended vacation while the belts would be split with Cody as the champion. However, Vince McMahon was not ready to pull the trigger on ending the Reigns title reign.
Yeah.
Vince ultimately made the call to not finish the story at WrestleMania, as I told those fucking idiots on Keep It 100 that he wouldn't.
The idiot.
the belts.
So I like this guy, man.
Me too, man. Wait, dude, I'm telling you, he's just he's authentic, bro. It's like, we need people like this in society, bro. We need these Kanye West type motherfuckers. Not everybody can be this. And he's
just said dummies. Yeah,
exactly. Instead of saying what he said, we just go dummies and then we move along. We need people like this. Okay. I appreciate people like this. I don't have to agree with everything he says, but I'm just saying.
He says the world needs more people like Billi Bhatti. They're a bunch of racists.
Yeah, they're a bunch of bigoted
done.
hatred phobes. Okay, so
we already get that from the corny shit.
Exactly, bro. We already get it for you being a fucking cult member, but nonetheless, let's just hear him talk for like a minute more, and then we'll see if he kind of wraps this up here.
While Vince decided and told Roman and Creative that he was keeping the title, he did not secure any additional dates for Roman Reigns to appear during his vacation. So let's rewind that back there. Vince has decided, yeah, we're not going with Cody. We're not going to change the belts as planned and allow Roman to go on the vacation. Actually, we're still going to allow Roman to go on a vacation. We're just not going to do the splitting belts part. And instead of having a conversation with Roman and saying, oh, okay, so we're now going to keep the belts on you. We're going to go against what was previously planned. But in order for that to happen, we need you to come in a few times during your vacation. Otherwise, you're going to be off television for 4 months. And that doesn't really work for me, brother. No, that
yeah.
There was no conversation with Roman Reigns to say, hey, we need you for this, and this. That was not outlined during this initial conversation. Now, Triple H and others, back to the story, assumed that Roman would play ball after he initially agreed to stay on and appear at Raw. So you haven't had a conversation with Roman where you said, oh, we need you at this, and this, but let's start slow. Can you come to work tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll change my flight and I'll come to Monday Night Raw. That set the table, so they believed, for Roman to be more widely available for other dates. That was not the case. As we move back to the story, however, Roman has not been agreeable when it comes to any further dates. Roman is refusing to attend any of the draft shows. Now, this was said after the draft. No one else knew this. No one expected him to show up to at least one of the shows. I knew that he was not. So Roman is refusing to attend any of the draft shows this coming week, and also isn't scheduled to appear at Backlash or Money in the Bank.
Damn.
Time off. He deserves this time off.
So yeah, let's just so basically there's heat on him for that. Billy obviously goes into more detail. I feel like maybe there's like, I don't know, it seemed like he's reporting it all like he's very confident in what he's saying, whether some of that's speculative or not, but he's on the money. And here's the thing, this report he's reading is from like weeks or months ago. I can't remember. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. It's from at least a week or more ago, I want to say. This report that like, and now like it was before the draft, this report. Okay. And he was saying Roman was going to win way before. So basically you and I are on the same page with that. I'm assuming, right, Hairline? Like, give him some fucking time off. He deserved the time off. He doesn't even need to be there all the time.
Well, right. Like, man, how are you supposed to miss me if I don't go away?
Exactly. And it's when he comes back, it'll pop a TV rating. It'll garner interest. It'll garner intrigue.
Why do we need him there, man? Cody's leading the shit. The Usos and Sammy and KO leading the shit.
Exactly. Okay, so we're on the same page with that. But yeah, man. Shout out the Dirty Sheets. Thanks. Check out their pod if you guys are listening to this. And thanks for, I guess we just
Patreon plug. We got him a Patreon plug, guys.
Yeah, that's right. They got a Patreon plug on the show. So hopefully they appreciate that. But shout you guys out over there.